Bluetooth smart glasses? What the heck? Let's check these out. Hey man, Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking these out. These are sunglasses, but they're not. They're actually Bluetooth smart glasses. These are the Hoyee Eyes Nova Bluetooth smart glasses. And what makes these particularly interesting is that each arm is actually a true wireless stereo speaker and microphone. So together, I have two little tiny speakers right by my ears, and I'm listening to music. So I put these on, and I'm enjoying some classic early Supertramp, and you have no idea. No one around me can hear it unless I turn it super loud. And it has microphones, so I can use this for phone calls too. What a crazy cool idea. Now, the industry term for this is they are open ear hands-free. So the TWS, True Wireless Stereo, actually features aptX and Bluetooth 5.0. So pairing and getting it all to work is a bit of a bear. We'll come back to that in a minute, but once you get there, these are really fun. And it takes about an hour to charge them from dead, and they will run for 3 or 4 hours. And you charge them using this included rather interesting charging cable. So it is 2 chargers, and then the other end is just a USB 3, so you plug it into your handy charger, and you just put it on the bottom, and let's see, let's get this both oriented correctly. And so now if I plug this into the wall, it'll be charging. When I play it back, it's 3 to 4 hours of playback time, and there is a touch sensor on the arm. So I can, for example, push and hold, and after a couple of seconds, it'll turn off, and then that same gesture will turn it on again. So pretty handy. Turns out that because they're using Bluetooth 5, it also has incredibly low latency. So if you want to watch something like the latest Netflix on your computer or on your phone, and you want to use these as your stealth audio source, works great. Everything's nice and in sync. And for phone calls, I was surprised. It's a little soft, but the audio quality is quite good. So if you want to do this and you're walking along, let me pause Supertramp, and you're walking along and you want to just be talking to someone, you can use a fairly normal tone of voice. They're going to hear you surprisingly well, and you're going to hear them well, and you have nothing in your ears, nothing over your ears. These are really great for sports, right? So you can go for a bike ride and hear all the environment and ambient noise around you and listen to your favorite music, or be on a super long phone call with someone. So they comes in lots and lots of different styles. In fact, I have 2 different styles here. Let me hold these while I pull out this other pair. And I have 3 kids ranging from 23 to 16. And I will tell you that when they pulled these out, they immediately claimed dibs on them. So this style is perhaps slightly less masculine than the black ones, but either way, really nice looking glasses, and they have a pretty good build feel to them. The materials they use is good. They use what's known as TR90 frame material. What's TR90? So it's a material called Grilamid TR90, and it's a transparent polyamide or polyamide with good heat resistance and excellent fatigue behavior. It's actually a kind of plastic designed specifically for glasses and toothbrushes and things like that. So that gives you some flexibility, but a lot of strength. And they have the hinges are really good and solid and tight, and they use, in fact, it really looks like just regular glasses. So you'd need like jeweler's screwdriver to tighten them and stuff. And the metal ones, very, very nice looking. The glass that they use is actually by default a UV 400 blue light blocking glass. And this one, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a gradient. So the top is really dark and the bottom is barely tinted at all. I'm not a huge fan of those for sunglasses, but I totally understand the logic of the sun's up there, so you want that part to be darker. So they certainly are very comfortable and easy to wear when you're out and about. And hopefully I look reasonably cool wearing them. So let's see, there's 2 primary models. So there's the Luna model, which are these, which is all polycarbonate and nylon. And then they have their Viva line, which has the metal rim, which is this style. And you can see it comes with glass, but here's what's cool. You can get your own prescription if you want. So you can work with the company, send them your prescription, and they'll send you a pair of these all ready to go and enjoy with your prescription already installed. That's pretty fun. Now, let me just tell you, oh, I suppose I should also say, comes with this nice case, as you saw, so that's handy to be able to carry them around. But let's talk about the sound, okay? So there's two things I really want to talk about. Number one, the sound, and it's perfectly listenable. It is perfectly functional sound, but you have a teeny tiny speaker in front of your ear and nothing in or over your ear, and there's no bass at all. I mean, there's just none. So if you're gonna wear something like these and expect to get a full audio experience, then your expectations might need to be recalibrated. It's just not gonna happen. But, you know, if you just want to have some sound while you're on a jog or a bike ride or just, you know, hanging out waiting for the subway or something, then these might work really well for you. They'll be perfect for podcasts. You know, so the audio quality is good, but it's not a full audiophile experience by any stretch of the imagination, nor should you expect that. Now, the other thing that was tricky with these is pairing. So in both cases, when we first paired them with our devices, we'd get one ear, not the other. And then if you looked on the Bluetooth, you'd see that you had two different entries in Bluetooth. And the problem there is, I think from the factory, the two arms aren't actually paired together. That's what it seems like. Because in both cases, we had that problem. We unpaired, we repaired. None of that helped. What helped was when we did a hard reset on the glasses themselves. And you do that by plugging it in to charge, and while it's charging, pushing and holding both sides down for about 5 seconds. Then there's a tiny little LED light, it changes color, and that's basically cleared these out and resynced the two arm pieces. And then when I paired it to my phone, it worked fine. And you know, it was just like, oh, listen, both ears. You sort of start worrying about, is something wrong with my hearing? Because I'm getting nothing out of left or nothing out of right. But once you get through that sort of hassle of the initial Bluetooth pairing, and honestly, their documentation should probably just warn you, this is what's going to happen and this is what you're going to need to do. Company is pretty responsive, but still, you want an out-of-the-box experience where you pull them out, you push a button, and you're ready to go, and they work right. And these are not that. So there's a little bit of fiddling to get it to work the first time. But of course, once they're paired, I'm done. So now I put them on, and I push play, and I'm right back to Supertramp. In fact, let's see what else I have here. Oh, there we go. Some classic Alan Parsons project. I mean, all of this stuff, this is like beach music, right? Now, of course, if I was at the beach, I'd probably want my music louder because I want to show everyone what good taste I have in music. But if you're a little bit more private than that, these are a really fun idea. And I think their implementation is pretty darn good once you overcome, number one, the challenge of getting it to pair properly. And number two, that recalibration of your expectations, that you're really getting the high range and some midtones, but no bass at all. So once you actually expect that and have that as your sort of, you know, parameters for what it's going to be like, having sunglasses that you can answer a phone call or you can listen to music or a podcast is pretty sweet. So lots to like about these. Now, let's talk about the price. But before we get to the price, and I just can't do it. I can't just wear these the whole time. So I apologize if you want me to do that. I guess I can switch to these. We can do this part, right? So before we get to the price, I am going to ask if you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate when you do that. Just tap or click on that little red subscribe button. Super easy. And while you're at it, give me some feedback. What do you think? What should I have mentioned about these? What should I talk about that I didn't? So that's all good stuff. So, all right, now we get to the price. So these are two different models of the Hoyee Eyes Bluetooth smart glasses, and they are $125.95 at Amazon.com, and they are pretty darn fun. You know, can you get earbuds at that price that are going to give you better sound, and maybe even something where you can get the earbuds and sunglasses? Yeah, probably. But are they all combined? Are they actually going to be more fun and something where your friends will be like, you what? That does what? So there's a high fun factor with these, and that makes these really kind of fun novelties. I could totally imagine like skateboarding down at Venice Beach with these on, and no one would have a clue, and you'd be jamming to your tunes. And even if people looked at your ears, you don't have anything on or in your ears, so what the heck's going on, right? Pretty cool. So with that, my dudes, I will catch you in my next video.